Dude, first and foremost, horns up to you guys, Metal Summoners. Like, seriously. So, it's been a couple of days past M3, which is what this episode's going to be about. But a lot of love straight up for you guys, Metal Summoners. Like, you guys keep the gears going, you keep the juices flowing. You know, Angel and I love what we do. It's a passion project, and we look forward to anybody we get to talk to for any reasons. But your guys' reaction to this show, constant support, is what also drives me and Angel to get the best guests that we can. And I mean, bro, as we look back at M3, I mean, dude, Striper, Michael and Robert. We had Mary from the Brett Michaels band. We had Nick from Pretty Boy Floyd. And that was just on Sunday.
And Saturday, no, yes, Saturday we had wow. I mean, Cold Sweat. I mean,
Yeah.
they stole the show.
Cold Sweat, Van Halen. Like, amazing. So, so good. But so we're going to recap a little bit, Metal Summoners, just about M3 and, you know, what Angel and I did, the good times that we had, and the people we got to hang out with. And it was super duper great. I mean, before we really get into the interviews, Angel, let's kick it over to you, brother. What were some of your highlights?
To me, is not to get all sentimental, but look, tomorrow's not promised. That's something that DK always says.
Yeah.
But just to be able to spend another year free, celebrating life out with everybody. I mean, you just take it all in and just enjoy every moment of it. Um, Favorite, meeting Cold Sweat. I read about Cold Sweat, and I always kind of thought they got the name from the song from Warrant because that's one of my favorite songs from Warrant, Cold Sweat. So it was really cool, just seeing those guys together. Kind of reminded me of when we interviewed Bullet Boy,
Yeah.
the all original, and Striper. Man, they killed it. Doro, gosh, man, she was fucking.
Yeah. No, it was definitely awesome, man. Like, yeah, getting to meet Cold Sweat in full was amazing. The only person that wasn't live for the actual interview was Anthony, but we had Anthony on the show a few weeks before, so we've been very fortunate that we got to hang and rock out with Cold Sweat in full. I mean, that was awesome. As far as like musical, things for M3. I mean, Stephen Piercy from Rat was a highlight. Especially because you know that me and his guitar player Eric are very tight. So it was great to see my friend, but he absolutely killed it. I loved the Quiet Riot set. I thought that was so cool getting to see Rudy Sarzo.
Yes, I got.
Technically, go ahead, bud.
I got to meet him. I waited like 30 minutes because I was waiting for Doro and I was waiting for Rudy. I was like one of those two, and he was just so nice when I came up to him asking for like a picture.
Yeah, I mean, so super cool. I spoke to him for a moment, like before he actually left the venue. So that was great. I mean, I loved those sets. The fact that they've got Johnny Kelly on drums and being a big typo negative guy, the fact that they spliced in a little instrumental of Black Number One was, super special to me, where I'm sure it would be a little bit just kind of whatever to most. But I mean, that was super cool. I mean, Doro always kills it. I mean, George Lynch and Lynch Mob were great, and that was just Saturday. And when it came to Sunday, I mean, everything that Brett Michaels did was awesome. Having Faster Pussycat play was great, and having Johnny Martin on bass was super duper special. And I mean, I'm not going to pretend like my highlight band as far as watching live wasn't going to be Pretty Boy Floyd. Everybody knows how much I love Pretty Boy Floyd, and they just absolutely killed it. And then we got to talk to Nick a little while later, and he's just awesome.
Yeah, I definitely love talking to him. That was an episode that had on,
Yo,
and that was pretty awesome. Um, damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. Uh,
Oh yeah, no, everything's cool. I was yeah, Megan was letting me reminding me that her friend Kelsey is super duper jealous because we ran into Eric Griffin from the Murder Dolls backstage because he was doing sound for Night Ranger. So
Huh?
Megan's got one of her friends cussing her out about how lucky she is, and we should have taken a picture to really drive the point home.
We
That's
will
what I
get.
said. I messaged her and I said I saw Eric Griffin, and she's like, "What the fuck? I'm so jealous. Where?" And I told her I was like at the M3 festival.
Hey.
Yeah. So that
Nope.
was super duper awesome. But babe, you were there with us for all of M3. What were some of your highlights besides Eric Griffin?
Besides Eric Griffin, the interview with Striper.
Yeah.
The fact that I got to meet members from Striper, that was awesome. And the Van Halen members, they were rad.
Yeah.
They gave me props for holding the phone up as long as I did.
Don't forget, Striper did also.
Yep.
Yeah, Striper, they gave me props for doing it.
They were like, shout out to the beautiful camera lady.
They didn't say all that now.
I like the way I said it.
Yes, they did. We yeah.
But M3 was awesome.
We were just talking about bands that we liked live. Was there anyone in particular that like you really loved their set?
I'm just happy I got to see D. Snyder.
D. Snyder. Yep.
I got to see D. Snyder.
I'm gonna
I
tell you.
was very happy there to see Queen's Riot, even though I really couldn't catch their set again. But I'm glad I got to see a lot of bands. I got to see Quiet Riot again, which I listen to them every day at work.
I mean, to me, Jizzy Pearl. Oh, they did a love hate. Like he's just bad.
What?
Stephen Piercy, they're like badass frontmen that they don't look like an explanation.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to look.
Oh yeah. No, for sure. Like I mean, D. Snyder was great. I mean, that was super duper cool. Like, yeah. The funny thing is about Jizzy Pearl. So, of course, if we had it our way, Kevin would still be with us. Fuck,
Yeah.
if we had it our way, Frankie Banali would still be with us. But the thing, I've seen Quiet Riot a bunch, and I've seen him with like 4 different singers. No disrespect to James Durbin, who's a alumnus of this show. I love James, big fan. Got to see him with his solo band open up for Steel Panther, and I never looked back. Thought he was absolutely fantastic. Jizzy Pearl is who I like and want in Quiet Riot from here on out, or as long as I can get him. I saw Scott with Quiet Riot back in 2012, and I didn't, and I saw, like I said, I saw James Durbin. I didn't get to see this guy Mark that they had for a while, but anybody who's seen the Quiet Riot documentary would know that while his voice was great for the band, his stage performance was just lacking. It just wasn't good.
Told you,
Yep.
she loves Eric.
But
She got her.
as far as the style, the look, the way he presents himself, and his vocal tone, that's who I want in Quiet Riot. I just think he's the man for the job, and I really think he's excellent. And a highlight of that set, since I never got to see Love, I've never been able to see Love Hate, but getting to see Jizzy Pearl sing Blackout in the Red Room from Love Hate was definitely a highlight for me of that set, because I was like, oh my God, he's doing Blackout in the Red Room from Love Hate. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's a good compromise. Let him do, because look, Night Ranger does 2 damn Yankee songs,
Yeah.
so it's pretty cool that he gets to do a love hate song, which is only fair.
Mm-hmm. No, and I think that's very, very cool. And, I love what Alex is doing and getting to see Rudy back in the band is awesome. I was telling Ron, I was like, this is actually my first time officially seeing Rudy Sarzo live. And Ron's like, you didn't see him last year or the year before, whatever it was? I was like, I think I got a second of him on stage, but I think we were going to another interview. I didn't get to really watch Quiet Riot's set last year because remember, you and I interviewed Grossi like not that long after because we were going to interview Rudy, but he had a family situation and he had to go. So like that was the thing with that. But getting to see Rudy Sarzo just kill it was awesome. You know, shout out to Dave Dillman who put on the M party at Reckless Shepherd with the Midnight Devils and Scarlet Rocks and Generation Landslide. Like that was super duper awesome. So like, and he did an all-star jam at the end that had TMS alumni Jack Frost perform doing that. So much cool stuff.
Look, I didn't realize that was 3 minutes from my hotel. Until you posted it, I'm like, wait a minute. This is right up the fucking street.
Yeah.
So, but you know what I noticed? Everybody was asleep by midnight, it seems. Because we were there at midnight and, we were like, you know what? We're going to fucking do a great show and make people regret that they left this early.
Yeah. No, it was definitely a cool thing. Like I made sure to like hang around and give hugs to my guys and say hi's and say my goodbyes and stuff like that. Like I didn't rage till 2 a.m. on Friday, really just with that combination of knowing how long and how much work you and I were about to put in at M3, mixed with the combination of like work and Megan being back at the hotel. So like she's getting her Joey Jordison mask that she got at M3 all sized up for her.
Hey, look, DK, okay. I spent a couple weeks ago hanging with Kick and Valentina, rocking all night.
Yes.
So I was ready for M3. I was ready for rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're hanging out with Kick and Valentina. Yeah, DK's all night, okay?
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I mean, you and I, oh, yeah. And you and I were also talking about that too. It was like, support the bands. We'll put our money where our mouth is. You got your CD, you got your T-shirt. I got my vinyl.
Just so people know, just because we know the bands, we don't get. We support. I spent $45 on the T-shirt and the CD.
Yep. Like don't get us wrong, fans. Like Angel and I, it is not lost on Angel and I how blessed we are at times when we get to do these events, the people that we get to meet, and the opportunities that sometimes come our way. That stuff is not lost on us. We're very grounded that way. We understand. But the bottom line is it's important to support these bands in the littlest of ways. Yes, if you can't buy a T-shirt or a CD, that's okay. There's no harm in that. But if you have something like a Facebook, that's where the like, the share, the promoting of an album, a promoting of a band comes into play. Because it might seem trivial, but it does more than you think.
You know what, though? But think about it.
What?
Instead of getting mom, would be any band merch, tank top, shirt, anything.
Go ahead, bud.
Now we're saying that with Mother's Day coming up on Sunday, it's good to buy band merch as a gift to mom or dad, or your uncle.
Yes.
Or just anybody.
No, absolutely, for sure. When you look back at our interviews in general, we did 5. And what interviews did you like the most? Even whether it was about like the talent that we got to talk to or about the conversations we had. Were there any interviews in particular that really stuck out to you?
cold sweat because man, I was just starstruck. So good to see them together, and I just hope that those guys they they stay. I mean, they're older, they're wiser. Just hope that they definitely do. They keep putting out new music. They're working on
Yeah.
the record.
I love the cold sweat one. I loved the conversation that we were having about their new material and feeling so confident in the old material that it could stand up, which it did. We saw it live.
Yeah.
And the confidence they had in their old material still being able to leave a mark nowadays with what fans are listening to nowadays.
You know what? Something cool that happened was someone that watches the show, the Major Cold Sweat, they wanted to say hi to a member. So we were able to make that happen.
Yeah.
Just thank you to the band for doing it. That was really
Yeah. For sure, man. So the cold sweat one was definitely a highlight. I feel like a highlight for us definitely would have had to have been Mary's. I mean, dude, that was all you.
that was really funny because this is me texting Mary. What time today? I'm, I'm I'm backstage right now. I'm free all the time. I'm like, awesome. Let's do 2:30. Done. And we didn't know that it was a hometown show
Yeah.
for her. And she's just,
She'd been to Merriweather so many times in the past.
oh, hold on. Here's a really cool part about the interview. We were her first ever
Yeah.
interview. Yeah, her first ever interview.
At
was it?
least as part of the Brett Michaels, at least as part of the Brett Michaels band, but she made it sound like it might have been her first one at all.
Yeah, because she just said, "Hey, some people want to talk to me." I'm like, "Of course." You get to meet Brett Michaels' drummer and awesome drummer. I think he definitely did an awesome job because I saw her with last year when they were touring with Night Ranger. She definitely all the Journey songs, the ones by by Sugar Ray.
This one's big. Because Joey's was just like a little type guy.
Oh, a highlight! I got to see Andy,
What's up?
our guest last week.
Oh yeah.
He's much taller in person.
That dude is a whole lot of 6'5".
Dude, I was like, oh, I hear someone saying Angel, and I'm looking up like, oh, hey, Andy. Damn, you look taller.
No, for sure. I was talking to Andy throughout the weekend. He was there with his wife.
Oh, Doro, if you need a bodyguard, Andy's your guy. He does jujitsu. He's kicking. He sings as well. He does music. So there you go. So you have a bodyguard and a good musician in case you need one. Oh, speaking of
Dude, right on cue. What's up, Andy? We were just talking about you, bro, and you getting to hang out with Angel. We got a special appearance from Joey Jordison's Ghost.
so that was just awesome.
Hmm.
I didn't know he was 6'5", dude. I thought he was like 5'10". I thought he was like,
Nah, that dude is all up in the clouds and could squash us like a grape.
yeah, I was literally like, but I'm like,
Yeah, but that was super duper awesome. I mean, it was great to run into like various like alumni, and also it's really cool too. Like we got a lot of compliments from fans like yourselves that ran in to me and Angel, just complimenting the show, that they enjoy it, that they like to watch it. We had a gentleman who hung out with us out at Merriweather. He was telling us about his daughter playing over at the at like the School of Rock venue that's in Merriweather, and he was just telling us how much he loves the show, looks forward to the interviews, and just loves what we do. And that stuff is definitely not lost. I mean, Angel and I are fortunate that we get to come to you guys every week from the comfort of our homes or sometimes out on the road and just get to talk shop and just get to have fun conversation with people.
Yeah, I prefer the road.
The road,
Dude, I mean, the last 3 weeks, we were pretty much on the road. He was in Jersey
yeah.
weeks ago. The next week, I was in Georgia. Next week, well, that's past week, we were at 3.
I mean, DK Ravel live from Angel's car.
We did that for you, bro. That was hilarious. You know what? Here's a funny story. I got us lost.
Again?
Yeah, dude.
What is it with you and bands and getting lost? You and Autograph had that same bad luck.
I could explain that. I was thinking about a hot chick that I had just met. So instead of going left, I went right. So I pretended like I wasn't lost. I was like, "Oh, that's Citizens Bank Park. That's where the Phillies play, and the venue is right down the street." And I'm like, "How the fuck do I get back to the venue?" But DK and I were driving down this dark road, and we are thinking, imagine if I hit a deer. Imagine that story, that the show had to be canceled because we hit a deer.
Joey, do we accept that as an excuse? Do we accept that a beautiful girl on Angel's Mind is worthy enough of getting a band lost from their gig? I don't know, Angel. Joey says no.
But with DK, we got lost because I've never been to freaking Georgia, dude.
It depends.
It depends. Okay, Joey says it depends. But you've never been to Georgia?
No, that was my first time.
That's all right. You just went sightseeing.
Just a lot of partying.
Yeah. But but the one thing that was very cool that DK had said is there's very cool potential for a Metal Summit appearance in LA at the Whiskey.
Yes.
With Joey.
I've never been to the Whiskey.
Neither have I.
And we get to have pizza with a TMS alumni.
Yes. The apparently Hot for Teachers, Lori wants to have pizza with me, Angel, and Megan to celebrate the show, the Kick and Valentina show. So that could be cool. That'll be a lot of fun. And Joey might make an appearance for that too.
I'm not driving in LA, dude. Just so you know. Yeah,
But,
I'm not in LA.
But what were some of your personal favorite sets from the weekend, bro? What bands did you personally like?
Personally, I definitely loved Quiet Riot. I'm glad I got a chance to just enjoy them because a lot of times we're just doing interviews, so we're just running back and forth. So I'm glad I got to enjoy Quiet Riot. I loved Queensryche.
Nice. Dude, shout out to our Midnight Devil who just came on. TMS alumni Sam Spade.
You definitely kicked ass. I definitely stayed Friday night while everybody
M pre-party, killing it. Taking the photo for Pretty Boy Floyd from the Drum Riser. That's our boy.
Someone sang the song Angel to me at the pre-party, which was really nice.
What'd you say, bud?
Someone sang Aerosmith Angel to me at the pre-party.
Did they? Did you get their number?
No, I see her whenever I'm in the area all the time.
There you go.
The show and San Antonio. Oh,
dude,
cool.
Absolutely. No, absolutely, Sam. We appreciate you, bro. Like, kill it. We know you're going to kill it, but kill it for us on behalf of TMS, man. I hope you have an absolutely bitchin' set, bro.
Damn, we wish we were there.
Yes.
We could have gone to the Alamo.
I don't know, man. You got on me for relieving myself on your name.
Hey, only Ozzy can do that, okay?
Only Ozzy can do that. No, that totally, brother.
The weather was hell.
Facts. You're right, Andy. The weather was not exactly in my favor, in Angel's favor, in Joey's favor.
I'm glad I got to wear my. You know what? I feel like I lost weight because I got to wear my leather pants.
It's all about that leather pants, man. That was your outfit that led to heartbreak when we got denied.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah,
Yes.
we were scheduled to interview Doro fans at M3, and unfortunately, a series of our interviews ran long, and we kind of fell off the back of the wagon. So that was definitely a bummer.
And I
We will get her.
bought the shirt, so ready to meet her.
Yeah, Angel did. He bought a shirt, ready to go, and Angel got cock blocked by another interviewer.
But then I went to choke Ron because he wanted me to take a picture of her dressing room.
Yeah.
It was a good consolation prize.
But no, definitely on that, bro. No, absolutely, Sam. We definitely wish we were there too, brother. Oh, we appreciate you, man.
Damn, if you have a record release party.
Yes, absolutely. Because also, Sam, I didn't get a chance to talk to you about this at the M3 party, and I know they're right on your website. So definitely check out the Midnight Devils' website and hit up their merch booth, merch store, because they got a lot of good stuff. But I need to get me some Midnight Devils vinyl signed and on my wall. So definitely need to make that a thing, my guy. But Angel, let me ask you something about M3, but not about the M3 we were just at. How do you look at M3? Because here's the thing, of course, every time the lineup comes out, the keyboard warriors all got shit to say. I like the lineup, or I don't like the lineup, or why don't they have this, or why don't they have that? What's your take on M3?
My take on M3 is enjoy it for what it is. I mean, here's the thing. I could not go on the website because people were just fucking bitch. Oh, the Queen's right said, oh, this, that. Look, we're there to celebrate the music. If you like the line, you can buy a ticket and go. But enjoy these bands. Look, they're not going to be performing forever.
Yeah.
So enjoy while you can. And to me, M3 is about celebrating life. It's about celebrating music. It's about seeing people that support our show and what we do. It's where we met. It's just a lot of fun memories there at M3, and I definitely enjoy it every year. And look, December, what I love about December is they announced the lineup. January, we put our request for the press.
Absolutely. Like, my thing is simple enough. Sam, thank you so much, buddy. Yeah, if you just sign one of those bitches up for me, dude, with you and the guys, message me. I'll place the order, and I'll get you up on my wall. I appreciate you so much, dude. Here's my thing on M3, and my thing on M3 has really never changed. Come on, Motley Crue. You're in the way.
Sorry.
There's a very specific criteria that I simply think M3 simply needs to do a little bit better on just trying to stick to, just to keep it flowing and keep the good vibes going. In the big picture, we know that people are just going to bitch and they're going to complain because that's just what they do best. But 3 years ago, in my opinion, was the best, 2 years ago, was the best M3 lineup they'd done in 10 years. And I'll die on that hill. because there's three specific criteria that M3 needs to keep in mind, and they did it, and they did it perfectly. One is new bands, and that was Burning Witches. I'm referring to M3 number 13. New bands. They did that with Burning Witches, who I think is absolutely fantastic, and I was so super stoked to see them. The second band is a band that's a little bit outside the box, that fits the criteria, might not specifically be 80s rock, but works in the genre, isn't readily available like that. And I think they did a great job choosing Blue Oyster Cult for that, because it was a little unique having Blue Oyster Cult on that show, but I thought it was so cool. And the third is bands that totally fit, but are kind of weird, kind of strange. And I think Lizzie Borden was the perfect one for that, because anybody that's familiar with Lizzie Borden and what they do knows that they're kind of a weird show, but they're so good, so great, in my opinion, and that's the way. And frankly, considering our boy is watching right now, a band like the Midnight Devils would be great for that, like, new blood mixed with like kind of weird but fits area. But our beloved Kickin' Valentina would be great on M3 as not only that new blood, but again, they fit that criteria, and they're all veterans. DK has played M3 before because he was fronting Jet Boy at the time.
Wow. And they're going to bring the KV Mob. The KV Mob is going to show up. Look,
Yes.
when I was in Georgia, you had fans from Switzerland that flew cross country, well, not cross country, but across the globe to see Kickin' Valentina. You had people flying from everywhere. So you book Kickin' Valentina, you are going to have the KV Mob that's going to fly in from everywhere. That's going to sell more tickets. That's going to create more fun. Definitely going to party all night. And it's not going to rain. Kickin' Valentina, every time Kickin' Valentina plays Maryland, it's always sunny or cloudy. It never rains.
Yeah.
Just saying.
No, you're definitely right about that for sure. I mean, there's definitely bands out there that I would love to see on M3. I'm not saying that M3 needs to like sell out and become something like a Chicago open air or a Rocklahoma or something like that. But I do think they need to be a little bit more cognizant of certain things. Like a band like Wednesday 13 would be amazing on M3, because they've got guys that playing in the band that either have history with M3 or would fit on M3. In fact, the Wednesday 13 band literally has two former M3 alumni in the band right now. His drummer is Mike Dubke, who used to be in Wasp and was in Wasp back in 2013 when they played M3. And his current filling guitar player, Ashes, was playing with Pretty Boy Floyd a couple years ago at M3, the same M3 that Mrs. Vamp, Megan, was talking about Eric Griffin, because Eric Griffin was playing guitar that same set. But stuff like that would be very cool. I do think that M3 also needs to take advantage of, and don't get me wrong, I'll precurse this statement with the fact that I know that there's legit money involved in this. That's not falling on deaf ears. I'm not blind to that. But there are legit amazing European rock bands so heavily influenced by 80s rock that it would be so great and so important and valuable for them to be able to play on M3. A band like Hardcore Superstar, a band like Crash Diet, a band like Cruel Intentions, bands that are so heavily influenced by like the Motley Crues that it would just be killer to see these guys out there, man, just playing on M3, playing in the States. Because the last time that Hardcore Superstar was basically in the States was when our friend Brad Lee had them play at Rocklana.
And it was cool to see Brad Lee.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really awesome to see Brad Lee
Yeah, we got to see Brad Lee. We got to see Angie. We got to see Kyler, bless his heart, who got to meet Stephen Piercy.
Right. Tyler always wears our hat. Yeah.
He does. Dude, we really got to give some props out there to Kyler Lee. We appreciate that guy so much. That dude is our homie. He has one of a very limited run of Metal Summit hats that we did, and it's his favorite hat. He wears it all the time. We can
Yep.
find a way to make that a thing.
Well, because in all the pictures, like with Steve, you don't wearing the hat.
Yeah. Piercy,
He did such an amazing job, but I think they need to make them so it can fit people's faces.
yeah, a little more padding on the
Because
inside.
this literally,
So much face. But I mean, so shout out to Kyler Krempel. Shout out to our metal summoner for rocking our hat all the time.
shout
So-
out to Bradley.
Yes. Shout out to Bradley and to Megan's Angie.
Man.
So
I'm a young boy.
yes, and to Bianca Belair from WWE's Bianca Belair, because they're Megan and Angie are both fans of Bianca Belair from the WWE.
Can we make a shout out for MCW?
Absolutely, for sure. No, we'll definitely talk about that.
so,
So, Angel, as we come towards the end of this episode, let's talk just casually and figuratively about next year's M3. Right now, if you could put 5 bands on M3, who would you like to see?
oh wow. I definitely want to see. Of course, definitely. Okay, King of Valentina. That's one.
Sure.
5 bands. I definitely want to see. Midnight Devils would be really awesome for it. So that's 2 bands that haven't played there. I'm gonna throw in. Okay, Mr. Big is foreign, so that's out the question.
What's
Oh,
up?
Poison. Poison has never played M3.
Yeah.
We know we've had Bret Michaels, but never the rock group Poison.
Mhm.
So they would be awesome to have. Would love to see again. It's not going to be the same, but just for M3, Cinderella with Jeff LaBar's son filling in on guitar.
Yeah.
Would be awesome if they just do. Hey, this is the farewell show. We're just going to do this as a tribute. Just kind of see them together on stage for the last time. That would be worth headlining.
I'll give you that one. That's a good one. So that's 4.
Or, and the 5th one, White Snake.
I'll find a way. White Snake. That's a good one. Bringing back White Snake as like kind of a farewell to David, because David's hanging it up soon.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely give you KV and the Midnight Devils. I would love to see that. I'm not going to include them on my list only because you've already addressed them. For personal pleasures, I'm always going to want to see Pretty Boy Floyd. So I'll just put that one out there. Also for personal pleasures, and because I told everybody how good they were going to be. I told everybody how much they were going to kill it. And I told everybody how criminal it was that they only got 30 minutes and that they were going to bum everybody out because they're all going to want it to be longer. I want Lizzie Borden to come back because I want them to get a real set of at least 45 minutes, preferably an hour at least. But Pretty Boy Floyd and Lizzie Borden I would want. I wouldn't hate to see the Bullet Boys, although, again, it is Mark Torian's Bullet Boys.
Yeah.
But I really do want them to bring back the Scorpions. Scorpions I would really like to see again. I haven't seen them since like 2012. So I would really love to see them. Those Europe and I'll use up my other 2 spots with 2 other European bands. that I really want to see on M3 that I addressed in Hardcore Superstar and Crash Diet. That's what I would like. So I think that would be like super duper cool. So Angel, I got one little dedication I want to do in just a second. But before we cut everybody loose for the evening, anything final from yourself, buddy?
Hey, if you want us to come to your event, to host a record release party, host a rock show, be a judge in battle of the band, hit us up. I mean, definitely down to do that. We definitely have something at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in July that we're working on. Soulshine Entertainment has something for us in August to host. Again, behind the scenes, we're always working on stuff. So, for fuck's sakes, we want to come out and host your event. Get somebody besides Eddie Trunk. There. I have to get that out of my chest. What else?
No, absolutely, for sure. And before I get into our farewell dedication, I just want to remind everybody that you can follow us on the Metal Summit socials. Make sure in particular that you're liking, following our Facebook, and liking and following our YouTube, because those are where we simulcast. That's where things go on. Oh, Andy, yes, just like you said, brother. Ooh, Mick Mars solo. That would be awesome. Yes. Of course, everybody knows that I'll never say no to the 69 Eyes. And just like we talked about with our TMS alumni last week, Vane for not being known enough, in our opinion, but Shotgun Messiah would be an amazing reunion show. So, yes, Andy, well done, brother. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for popping on. So make sure that you're following the Metal Summit on Facebook and YouTube, because that's where we're simulcast. Those are the two pages you definitely want to be on. Also, make sure that you're following us on Instagram, because that's where we put out our initial guest announcements for the episodes as well. And you can follow Angel Alamo 78 on Instagram. You can also find him on Facebook. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Salem.vampire. Now, the one thing that myself and my beloved Mrs. Vamp, Megan, want to take a second is, so for all of you Metal Summoners that follow the Facebook page, you would have seen a dedication that we put out to recently. So like you guys have probably seen, the local wrestling company, MCW, Maryland Championship Wrestling, have been very supportive and very genuinely loving of myself, Angel, Megan, with what we do with the Metal Summit. Inviting us out to the fan jams, allowing us to vend, our t-shirts, our 8x10s, our guitar picks. Just let everybody know about what we do and, who we interview and all that kind of stuff. And it's been very, very much a family where they've never treated us as just another vendor. They've always invited us and treated us like family, inviting myself and Megan out to shows and just been like, come out, have a great time. Well, unfortunately, they recently had a death in their family. A wrestler by the name of Dick Dynamo, whose real name is Brandon, recently passed away as in yesterday. And we made a tribute post out, and we just wanted to let everybody know that, look, Brandon was fantastic. Dick Dynamo was wonderful. He was always so full of life and always such a great, genuine guy. I got to meet him a couple of times when he was in a tag team known as Thrash Society with a good friend of mine by the name of JB, because they did a tag team gimmick, kind of like the old WWF Headbangers, if any old school wrestling fans remember them. But they were like thrash metal guys. But he had recently been doing a character by the name of Dick Dynamo that he was very passionate about. But regardless of gimmicks, regardless of characters, he was just a great guy, a very fun-loving guy, and was always spoken about so highly by the locker room and by the other talent. Megan's good friends with a couple of wrestlers by the name of Jadis and Gia, who spoke incredibly highly of him. He's just a really, really good guy, and unfortunately, he did leave this world way too soon. And I'm not going to get into the details of it, but just read between the lines of what I'm saying here, where make sure that you guys are talking to the people that you love. Make sure that you're reaching out to them. Don't put off phone calls, text messages to those people, just assuming that you're going to be able to speak to them later about it. Just like Angel said at the beginning of the episode, tomorrow's never promised. You never really know. So make sure that you reach out to the people that you love. and just look out for them. Even people that you're having disagreements with, we're all getting up there in calendar days. It's too short a lifetime to be mad about petty bullshit. So
Yeah.
reach out to the people you haven't talked to. So on behalf of the Metal Summit, on behalf of myself, Angel, and Psycho Steve, and of course Megan, we really want to offer our love, our support, and our condolences to the MCW company, the MCW family and friends, as well as Brandon's close personal friends, colleagues, and his family. You know, we love you, bro. We miss you already. And we apologize on our behalf for anything we might not have done, but love you so much about everything you gave as just a human on this planet, as well as a performer in and out of the ring. So we really love you, bro, and you take care, rest well. But on behalf of myself, Angel, dude, it's going to be a fun one next week, and we really, really look forward to it as always. But also, to close things out, M3, thank you guys so much. Jordan Grobe, thank you for your hospitality, your consistent leadership, and your willingness to allow a show like ourselves, with myself and Angel and the Metal Summit, to come out, rock it out at M3, do these interviews, and do a cool thing. Go ahead, Angel.
Let's not forget, I definitely want to thank the staff at the Lake House Hotel for letting us
Yes.
use the room. We didn't ask for it, but it was so nice for us to let us use this conference room that really fucking awesome. So I just want to say thank you, staff. You guys.
Absolutely. Thank you to the Lake House Hotel. Thank you to the Holiday Inn Columbia Jessup. That's where myself and Megan stayed. They were glorious, very, very hospitable, wonderful, wonderful humans. Angel, where did you stay, brother?
Then did Stay America, where they had a nice kitchen and a microwave.
No, absolutely. So to all the hotels that put up the fans, put up with me and Angel, but also are so hospitable to the talent and the bands. Thank you guys so much. Metal Summoners, thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your evening. Angel and I were really only planning to rock out for about half an hour, but we did 47 instead. But hey, we love you guys, and it's always great conversation. Guest announcement for next week will come out over the weekend. It's been confirmed. We're certainly looking forward to it. And we're going to have who will now be a TMS alumni, but we're going to have a guy with his band on who is in a band who are TMS alumni. So we look forward to extending the family and having more great conversations. Thank you guys so much. Take care, be good to each other, and have yourselves wonderful weekends. On behalf of myself and Angel, we'll see you guys in a week. Take care. As always, you've been watching